Hello, everyone. Everybody is pretty much concerned about the government shutdown. However, if you know your market history, you know the market doesn't care. And we saw that today. Even though the QQQ only hit intraday all-time highs, it still hit all-time highs. So QQQ, new all-time highs, but a bit of a churning session, a reversal, technically a distribution day. And I'll talk about that here in a bit later. But QQEW, even though it's a doji star to the downside, shooting star, still new all-time high. SPY, new all-time high intraday, another negative reversal on heavier volume. So once again, we're going to talk about that here in a bit. RSP, new all-time highs, same shooting star. DIA, new all-time highs, same shooting star candle pattern. IWM, new all-time highs, same shooting star candle pattern. So how can you be bearish on this market? Every single major index is hitting new all-time highs. However, short term, I do have some yellow flags, including today's reversal, that kind of has me wanting to take the, I'm basically all in. And I want to go ahead and take my foot off the gas pedal, but I don't want to hit the brakes just yet. This market is too strong. I expect there to be a 3 to 5% pullback before a Q4 rally into the end of the year. I put my neck on the line, and I do believe SPY will hit 690. I don't know if it'll hit 700 by the year end, but 690, if we don't pull back and if we just race to 690, 700 without a pullback, I think it's going to be a much harsher pullback into 2026. But either way, it's still really hard to be super, super bearish. That being said, there are some warning signs for the yellow flags. The big one, and we'll take a look at Telechart version 25 to show this, but for the first time since February, back here is when it started to happen back here in February, and we did have a sell-off. Not saying that we're going to have the same kind of thing, but the 9 EMA is above the 21 EMA, which is above the 50 SMA for the very first time since February in the VIX. And you can see the VIX has been flattening out. And I know it's hard to see, but you can kind of see here the relative strength line of the VIX kind of curling higher. The 21 EMA and the lead line is above the moving average line. So a bit of a yellow flag, if I do say so myself. Also, I noticed today Spotify looks like it's trying to roll over. And if you want to get a sense of what price action might do, look at the relative strength line. You can see that roll over. PLTR, fake out, breakout of a cup with handle on very heavy volume. Basically, this kind of looks like a potential double top. Same highs, heavier volume both times on the rollover. Nothing serious yet, but I pay attention. Then you have Roblox, which has been a leader since the April lows. Hard rollover below the 50 SMA on heavy volume after already putting in what looks like a potential topping candle and volume bar here. Get back up near those highs. We're rolling over. So another, like I said, kind of a red flag on this stock, but this helps. This is the reason why I'm raising a yellow flag with the current market. Then you look at Netflix. It's already rolling over. Amazon starting to get that rollover look. Look at the relative strength line below the white line. Then you also have Meta. Meta looking like it's rolling over. Look at the relative strength line. So there's enough weak action there to make me go, I wonder if we are going to roll over. Now, at the same time, it hasn't broken down yet, and I am long. You can see the white triangle where I'm long from. Tesla is starting to pull back from the highs, but still above its 21 EMA. Apple, super strong. Nothing bearish with that whatsoever. Google, super strong. Nothing bearish with that whatsoever. And just like Roblox, Hood is the leader from the April lows, still making new all-time highs, perfect looking relative strength line with a moving average. So it's really hard to get too bearish here when you have stocks that are acting like that. And plus, I have 0 end-of-day sell signals tonight using the end-of-day basis trading methodology. Not one of my long positions is triggering a 50% or 100% end-of-day sell signal. And I actually get a profit-taking signal in RGTI, which I minimized since this initial entry. Yes, I'm still long a piece, but is this 206% gain in the current position of RGTI changing the game of my account? Nope, not at all. So it's up 206%. Now, what's even more upsetting is that RGTI gave me an ad signal here. And then after giving me this ad signal, I just put my stops too tight and I got shaken out here using RGTX. And there is a RGTU. So what this will show, gosh, I got to go back and look at all of these just to even make sure. So I believe this was the long signal got shaken out here. However, I got a re-entry signal in RGTI on this date, did not take it. Since that, if I can remember the right date with this one, since we're using RGTU and RGTX doesn't exist, from that ad signal that I took, I would have a 500% gain, but I left overall for losses because I got shaken out on this day. And on this pocket pivot point signal day, this would have looked like on RGTU instead of using RGTX. Okay, you can see it right here. Beautiful rebuy signal, didn't take it, and it's been off to the races since. And so, like I said, that ad signal left me with a loss, but RGTU or RGTX is up 426%. So at least I still have a piece. At least I can say that much. But at the same time, it's been minimized, and unfortunately, I got chopped out of most of it. But besides that profit-taking signal, there are no other sell signals. And unfortunately, once again, for the second Friday in a row, I don't have any new long signals for everybody. Now, EME still is looking good. I would have a final stop if you took this trade on this video lesson day right here. I would have a final stop still right below this low. And right now, everything looks good there. But on end of day side, I don't have any new long signals. Now, on Wednesday, Oracle gave me a great 21 EMA retest signal. Unfortunately for me, it's like I want to lose right now. It's so weird. I didn't scan my 21 EMA retest scans of the on Telechart version 7. I did 25 and I saw it here, but on 25, I was triple red on the daily and had TTM trend momentum going the wrong way. Now, if I would have looked at it on Telechart version 7, I would have seen, hey, I got my pretty max green bop. This is definitely actionable to me, risking the lows, and of course, I would use ORCX. Now, I have not taken it, and since then, it has done nothing. So technically, it can still be actionable over yesterday's high of the day, risking to this low. And of course, I would use ORCX. So ORCX above, it looks like 43.72 would be the long, risking to 38.28. Now, I'm not doing anything just yet. As I will show you with version 25, there is a reason why. So I'm not taking it personally. And then also, Dave. This is in my weekly squeeze scan. And what I really like about this one is that on the weekly time frame, it has not closed below the 21 EMA at all while it makes this tight base. Now, one of the best other stocks I was watching was Spot, but you'll notice here, Spot on this week closed below the 21 EMA on heavier volume. No real surprise that it's rolling over. But Dave doesn't look great either, but it doesn't look bad, and I'm still watching it. Now we're going to switch to Telechart version 25, and I'll go ahead and show you what Dave looks like on the weekly time frame. You can see above the 21 EMA, you can see that 3-dot squeeze. So it's definitely the top weekly squeeze scan that I would want to set buy stops on. If I'm already maxed out, that's the problem, guys. That's the reason why I don't have a buy stop on this already above this high, is that every day whenever I do get new signals, it's just all in, and it's constantly all in. And like I said tonight, there's no end of day sell signals and only one small profit taking signal. So everything's working. There's no capital to use, so there's nothing to do. Now getting back to Oracle, why I didn't take it. So I didn't scan Telechart version 7, which would have shown me max green bop. All I did was version 25, and this is what I see. TTM trend momentum, still dark blue candles, no light blue candles. And on the daily, I'm triple red. I might be triple green on the weekly, but I need at least something. I need this to go slingshot or light blue, and or I need one of these to be green for me to take a signal off the 21 EMA with Oracle and Dave. So now I want to show you the VIX one more time on version 25, because here we can see after being in a downtrend for a long time back in February. God, there's a lot of lines on this chart. Sorry, guys. I understand what I'm looking at, but I know that it can be a little crazy looking for everyone. And it even is with me because it's got the 200 EMA here. But as you can see, back in February, the 9 is above the 21, is above the 50 SMA. And you can see what the VIX did, and we all know what happened with the market. Since then, that 9, 21, and 50 SMA stack has not occurred until now. So a few sessions ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions ago, we officially had the 9, 21, and 50 SMA all stacked properly. And right now, it is still in that condition. And another thing that I noticed with the VIX is we can easily roll over and continue to go higher with the market, and that'd be great. But the VIX has, that's why I showed you that relative strength line on the other version of Telechart. But the VIX is flattening out. So it's flattening out. Price in the indexes, what has it been doing? We've been going higher, right? Shouldn't the VIX be going lower? Well, it should, but it's not. And now we have the moving averages properly stacked. And I showed you other stocks rolling over, like Spot, PLTR, Roblox, Meta, Amazon, Netflix. That's enough for me to raise yellow flags. No red flags yet on this market. Still taking trades, because why wouldn't I when stocks like IONL, QUBX, and RGTX are making new highs? LEU making new highs, looking good. Hood making new highs. Why would I get bearish? There's no reason to get bearish. But the yellow flags are raised, and I am paying attention. And the only other stock that I want to keep on everyone's radar, let me get rid of all this. Get rid of all that. Okay, is Open. Open is consolidating right in between its 9 and 21 EMA on a daily, and this consolidation is on below average volume. So there's a dry up in sellers. We'll see if it can't either move now or consolidate a little bit longer for a move higher. And I would be very interested in Open. But right now, as you can see, dark blue candles, triple red, nothing for me to do just yet. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, everyone. We'll do it again on Monday.